Greetings, fellow Cybertronians, and welcome to Transformers Comics Decoded, the show where I do a panel-by-panel breakdown of my Transformers comic book collection. I'm your host, Bartatron. We've got a lot to cover this episode, so let's roll out! Megatron Origin Chapter 4 Kaon Security Headquarters Prison Facilities 300% capacity. We see Starscream being escorted away from the cells. The guard tells him not to worry about everyone back in the cells. They're not your friends anymore. They tell him he should be more worried about what he's going to say to the council. Kaon Council Hearing. Emergency Session. We begin with the head of the council listing off Starscream's charges. Assault. Murder. Armed robbery. Destruction of state property, inciting civil disobedience, extorting kidnapping, receiving and selling stolen goods, passing counterfeit funds, firing upon a state senator, multiple counts of attacks on state officers, and state property, supplying known criminals with illegal weaponry, vehicle theft, and misrepresenting yourself as a state official. Heh, nobody's perfect, Starscream replies. Starscream is told that he has put himself at risk by coming to them. He is then asked why he sought out an early hearing, and he replies mockingly. One of the chair members holds Starscream in contempt and suggests that they expel him from this hearing. Starscream then asks if the empty chairs hold him in contempt as well.
Listen up, I am here for a reason. I have a message for you, for all of you, from all of those in your cells. Through your own interest, you created this. You brought us here. You didn't just make it possible, you made it happen. All we did was give it a badge,
Starscream proclaims. The head of the council orders to have Starscream taken away. But Starscream has other plans. The council starts frantically yelling for security, but it appears Starscream already has backup. Whatever is happening at the hearing has caught the attention of one of the guards back at the cells. What's that?
Phase 2 for us. The end for you.
Starscream mocks the fallen council members, and Soundwave tells him to stick to the plan. Starscream transforms and proceeds to blast his way out.
Stick to the plan? I'll give that cretin a plan,
as Starscream flies away. The guards are beginning to sense that something's gone wrong. Megatron begins to monologue.
Oh destiny, how it pleases you to caress a few and molest others. In the mines, we had no idea that destiny must be harnessed, kicked, and ridden until it takes you in the right direction. Not just where you want to go, but where you force it.
A huge explosion enters the room. The guards are no longer an issue.
Starscream, don't waste time. All levels, all crimes. Open all cells. Free everyone. Not just those that came in with us. All of them walk out with us to thank for it. Today is the last day we blow with the wind. Today is the day we harness Kaon. Today is the day we ride.
As the group reassembles, Soundwave seems to be bearing gifts for everyone. He hopes. As Frenzy and Rumble begin to hand out weapons, Soundwave begins to etch in permanent badges. Starscream has been studying Megatron's past arena fights and seems to be pointing out some of his flaws. Megatron fails to see the point. Starscream claims that he can make it work to his advantage. Starscream has a special weapon in mind for Megatron, and Megatron seems pleased by this. His iconic arm cannon.
Something to make sure that a fair fight is the other guy's problem.
Megatron decides to give it a test shot. A huge blast roars across the room, which leaves a massive hole in the wall. All the other bots seem ready to follow.
Fall on them as predators do prey. Show no mercy. Everything. All of this burns.
All the prisoners come pouring out, ready to wreak havoc.
Wake up, Cybertron. Your era is ending.
We now see a bunch of bots going about their daily lives. They appear to be on some type of leisure ship. A couple of the prisoners' ships come flying in behind them. One of them's having second thoughts. The other one begins to start blasting. Don't think! Just do it! As he continues to unload on the leisure ship. As the ship continues to be assaulted, it begins to go down. On board the ship, the bots begin to panic. Elsewhere, the battle rages on. Some bots are waiting for their support. The comm channels seem to be down. They are running out of options. Ah, scrap. They see the leisure ship crashing down right on top of them. We now see Sentinel Prime and a small team of bots right in the thick of battle. Sentinel clearly is not in control of this situation. As Starscream attempts to push his current opponent away, he happens to remember something. His opponent can't fly, kicking him off and allowing him to fall to the ground. As we see the bot continue to fall, another bot tells Prime that the situation is out of control. "Prime, what do we do?" Prowl asks. "I'm going Apex. Hold the line." Sentinel Prime proceeds to transform and leave the battlefield. He continues to come under fire. As he continues to plow a path, he assures his opponents that he will return. Sentinel requests clearance to Apex facility. His clearance is denied. That won't stop him. He blasts the bot in his way. Transforms and continues to blast. He wants to make sure this bot will no longer get in his way. "Thanks," Sentinel replies. We are now at the Senate building, and we hear Senator Ratbat questioning what has happened.
"A minor disagreement,"
Ravage replies. He felt it was time for him to reassign himself to Iacon. He explains that they felt that he shouldn't be performing last-minute relocations of city funding or backing up city-state data. They obviously settled their disagreement.
"Politics. These things happen."
Ratbat now questions why Soundwave has been so hard to reach. He replies that he's been on Gladiator assignment. He continues by stating that the instigating of the mining automation was a brilliant dovetail between instability, arms production, and a nice little cut of future mining profits. Ratbat replies that it was a win-win-win, but that the situation has gone too far. He also knows that with what he has downloaded, his imminent relocation may just work out for him. He knew that once trouble started brewing in Kaon, things would be just fine. Instability is just another word for opportunity. Soundwave agrees and points his weapon right at Ratbat, blasting a hole right through his chest. Senator Ratbat falls to the ground. As Soundwave begins to reach for his spark, Ratbat questions his motives. Situation: war. Resources: limited. Optimal solution: repurpose valuable resource. Soundwave then proceeds to rip the spark right out of Senator Ratbat's chest. He then ejects a tape out of his chest. Where could this spark be going? We are now back in the heat of battle, and Megatron is ordering a bot to find him the front line. Or any line. A group of bots now begin to fall back in Megatron's direction, followed by a large explosion. Megatron seems pleased by this.
"Fan out. Find out what and where that's coming from."
I think he's found his answer. Megatron now has his target. It's Sentinel Prime in the Apex armor. Sentinel is trying to turn the tide of this battle. And it seems his scouting team has found a new playmate for him. He has his sights dead set on Megatron. We know that look. Megatron's not backing down from this fight.
Come out, Prime. Face me like a gladiator. I know you can hear me. Come out and fight.
Sentinel fires all his weapons simultaneously, all of them aimed right at Megatron. With a blast that powerful, nothing could have survived. Boost reserve power to comm systems and repeat transmit the following message. Resistance center line is broken. Anyone receiving, relay this message to all channels and issue a rally. This is where we push. Hard. I am Spear Point. Repeat. Apex Systems unit is the Spear Point. Rally on me. The Apex system seems to be reinitializing and trying to find fresh targets. Sentinel seems to be trying to contact his recon unit. Optic lead! Hound? We now see Megatron looming above Sentinel, carrying something above his head. He's carrying Hound, and he tosses him down right on top of Sentinel. Sentinel seems caught off guard.
Prime!
Megatron crashes in for the attack.
I've heard it said that we can only gain wisdom through suffering, and tonight I intend to make you very wise.
Megatron hits him hard, and then blasts him with his arm cannon. If you want to change things so much, Megatron, why don't you start with yourself?
Change? Oh, how I've changed. The journey I've been on. I see through wiser optics now. Wise enough to see that this is the twilight of your ways. And the dawn of mine.
Your ways, criminal? And when you've crossed the planet with your little gang of thugs, what will you do then? He picks up Megatron, slamming him hard to the ground. Megatron then sweeps Sentinel off his feet.
I will create desolation and call it peace.
Sentinel continues to fight back, dealing a blow to Megatron's chin. Megatron tumbles back and is now hanging onto the edge of a half-destroyed building. As Megatron tries to climb up, he sees Sentinel Prime looming over him. Sentinel grabs Megatron by his throat. This insurrection. Treachery. The worst Megatron cuts him off with a quick throat chop.
That's right, Prime. We're everything you said.
Megatron uses his weight to pull them both off the edge. They're now falling off this dilapidated building.
And worse,
Megatron declares as they continue to fall. They both come crashing into the ground, causing a huge explosion.
I don't care why you fight to protect these people, this place, the old way. It must change. I will make it change. And whoever is in my path, Primus help them.
As Sentinel's systems begin to glitch out, he tries to convince Megatron that it doesn't matter, and that more will come.
I don't think so, Sentinel Prime. It'll matter when they see what I've done to you.
As the rest of Sentinel's team finally reestablishes communications, they begin to request backup. Prowl spots a bot flying in their direction. Incoming! The bot swoops in and drops something right at their feet. Report! Anyone see? Oh. Lying at their feet is what remains of Sentinel Prime. Is he alive? We're done here. Prowl calls off the backup and is now requesting an evac. Prowl knows that Kaon is lost. He's pulling everyone out. Soundwave informs Megatron that the enemy is on the run. Soundwave tells Megatron that they now wear his badge. They will fight for him. What's next?
Next, Soundwave, choices. We are spoiled for choice but one. Cybertronian by birth. Decepticon by choice. You ask what next? I have a few ideas.
And this concludes our story on how a simple mining bot became the leader of the Decepticon cause. That's it for this episode. Leave your thoughts and suggestions down in the comment box, and go ahead and click the thumbs up and subscribe buttons while you're at it. Be sure to tune in next time for another episode of Transformers Comics Decoded. This is Bartatron of the Cybertron Data Network signing off. Till all are one. Thanks for watching. See you next time.